Today, we're putting these two head to head so you actually know which one protects your seats without turning into a massive headache.
And stick around, because as we break all this down, we're also going to tell you the one critical install mistake that literally ruins both of these for half the buyers out there.
Right, so picture this. You just got back from a weekend camping trip with the dog. You've got mud, wet fur, maybe a spilled energy drink all over the passenger seat. You open the door expecting the absolute worst, and nothing reached the upholstery. That's the dream both of these covers promise. But as you'll see, only one of them consistently delivers that dream after that first month of use.
Let's kick things off with the WeatherTech Seat Protector. Right out of the box, visually, it just feels tough. It's made from this poly-cotton twill, features a nylon lining, and has a legit water-repellent finish. But here's the kicker. Each front bucket seat version runs about $150, so you're absolutely paying a premium right out of the gate.
Yeah, you do the math. 2 front seats land you right around $300 before tax.
But listen, you get what you pay for here. It's a semi-custom fit for your exact vehicle. It straps cleanly around the headrests, and it gives you full access to seat controls and all the seat belts, even that tricky middle lap belt on a bench seat. That level of precision really matters.
Plus, it's entirely machine washable and comes with a limited lifetime warranty. I know you hate the high price tag, Dean, but that warranty is exactly what you want when you're investing in true protection.
Well, I won't argue there, because it actually does matter. You just throw it in the washer after a muddy weekend and it's basically good as new. The material stays put too. WeatherTech uses a non-slip bottom and these side flaps, so it doesn't slide around every single time you slide in and out of your truck.
Here's where things get a little interesting though. WeatherTech only covers the front of the seat. The actual back of the seat back, it stays completely open.
Right, unless you shell out for the separate back protector for another $150. That adds up so fast. Suddenly we're not just talking about a quick accessory purchase anymore.
I mean, full front seat coverage can easily push past $400 if you want those backs done. That's a whole car payment for some people.
Okay, hold on, hear me out. That's the premium price for sure. But you're also getting made in the USA construction and a product that actually stays exactly where you put it after 6 months of daily use. You aren't constantly fighting with the thing.
Now, switching gears completely, let's take a hard look at the FH Group Neoprene option. Their full front and rear neoprene sets usually land anywhere between $58 and $130, and that depends on whether you grab the basic universal or the UltraFlex diamond version. The neoprene itself is waterproof, and some versions add 5 millimeters of breathable foam. Plus, they claim side airbag compatibility right out of the box.
And frankly, that price point is exactly why a lot of everyday drivers grab them first. For a fraction of the cost, you are getting coverage on both the seat bottom and the entire seat back, plus the headrests in most of their kits. That is really hard to ignore when you're trying to stretch a dollar.
But here is the catch that every single review mentions, and it's a huge one. It's a universal stretch fit. After a few weeks, that fabric sags, the straps loosen up, and you start seeing wrinkles and gaps everywhere. Water can literally pool in those folds and eventually find its way right through the seams onto your actual seat. Yeah, true. But here's the thing. If you're on a really tight budget and you just need something to get you through the next year while the kids are still actively destroying things in their car seats, that $58 full set feels like the smart, disposable move.
Well, until you're reinstalling it every other month because the thing slipped entirely off the seat again.
Fair point. Speaking of installing, WeatherTech takes 3 to 5 minutes per seat. You literally just slide the straps around the headrest, you tuck the side flaps, and you're done before your coffee even gets cold.
While the FH Group Neoprene can take you 10 to 15 minutes per seat because you're stretching, pulling, and aggressively tucking everything into place, usually while sweating in your driveway. And even after all that work, it rarely stays perfectly aligned.
And real-world numbers really matter here. WeatherTech owners consistently report the covers still look and fit exactly the same after 2 full years of daily driving with dogs. FH Group users, on the other hand, commonly have to replace theirs inside 12 months because the seams start fraying or the color just completely fades out in the sun.
Which essentially means that initial budget savings might completely vanish if you're forced to buy it twice in 2 years. At that point, you're just paying for it in installments.
But wait until you hear what happened when we ran the cheap one through a real-world spill test. Now, the neoprene itself repels water perfectly fine. The real problem is that loose fit lets liquid run down the sides and pool right into your seat creases anyway.
Exactly. And that's exactly where WeatherTech shines. WeatherTech's tighter contour and that extra nylon lining kept that exact same spill completely on the surface, totally away from the actual upholstery.
We also tested comfort on a 2-hour drive. The WeatherTech polycotton stays noticeably cooler and just doesn't trap heat the way solid neoprene can during the brutal summer months.
And here's where it gets really interesting for daily comfort. If you live in a hot climate, say Texas or Arizona, and you're worried about your seats getting too warm, that FH Group Neoprene actually feels much hotter and way stickier against your back after just 30 minutes.
On the other hand, the FH Group Neoprene gives you that full custom-looking back coverage right out of the box for under $100. And that's the trade-off every buyer has to weigh. Do you want full 360-degree coverage on a tight budget?
Yeah, it's true. It definitely looks a lot more like a complete seat replacement from a distance, at least until you get right up close to it.
Now, going back to what we mentioned earlier, the most common mistake we see people make with both of these is skipping the headrest removal step. With WeatherTech, you have to take the headrest totally off to get the straps in the right place. With FH Group, you often need to actually cut or stretch the fabric around the headrest posts yourself.
Yeah, and taking a sharp pair of scissors to a brand new seat cover you just bought is super stressful. Nobody wants to accidentally slice a massive hole in something they literally just paid for.
But if you skip that step, it really doesn't matter if you spent $60 or $400. Both products are going to shift, slide, and drive you absolutely crazy within the first week of use. It totally ruins the entire fit.
The second major mistake is ignoring your seatbelt access. WeatherTech keeps the middle lap belt totally clear by design, but FH Group universal covers sometimes completely block the buckle area. And let me tell you, there's absolutely nothing worse than fighting with seatbelt fabric every single time you're trying to buckle a squirming kid into the backseat. We also really wish we had known earlier that FH Group's 180-day warranty is basically useless once the cheap stitching starts coming apart. Good luck getting a replacement for normal wear and tear.
Right, and compare that to WeatherTech's lifetime warranty, which actually gets honored by the company without forcing you to fight with customer service for weeks on end.
So here's the bottom line on this whole showdown. If you want the absolutely cheapest possible protection that covers everything, and you're totally fine replacing it every single year, the FH Group Neoprene set at around $60 to $130 is definitely the practical pick for most families on a tight budget. But if you want something that actually stays in place, survives multiple seasons of real abuse from dogs and heavy gear, and you're willing to pay $300 for the front seats, the WeatherTech Seat Protector is the one that actually keeps its promise.
We're allowed to disagree on price, but both of us agree on one major thing. Measure your seats and double-check your headrest situation before you buy either of them.
Because making the wrong choice just means you're buying all over again in 12 months. So the real question is, are you willing to pay upfront for absolute peace of mind? Or are you